Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Imperator Rome as we are playing as the Roman Republic. So before we get started in today's episode, I'd like to let you guys know that there's not going to be an episode on Friday. Unfortunately, we are having a family day, my wife and my kids, because the kids have Friday off and my wife has it off, and essentially we're all going to be home on that day and we really need it. It's been a really rough last like 6 weeks or so. Just as I said in a previous episode, everything just kind of gone wrong for us, so we kind of need a little break, and so we're gonna have a nice family day on Friday and not really not work or do anything with YouTube or anything like that. So we'll be back on Saturday, guys. Also should have another CK3 episode up for that Byzantine Empire series. For those of you who are watching it, should have another episode of that up this weekend, maybe even 2 videos if I can do that on Saturday, record one for Sunday. So maybe we'll even have 2 videos for that series this weekend if I can make that happen. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this peace treaty, guys. I asked you in the previous episode what we should do, and it seemed pretty much unanimous that, you know, at the very least we need to conquer this here, and then many other people also suggested, and remember that's this province here, that's part of this state, but many other people also suggested taking over all of this country and all of this country here, and I agree with those assessments. You know, this here would get us the rest of this mountain pass. This is all a province in which we have control of the rest of it. As you see, we have all the rest of that province, so might as well get these 3 here, and then they close it off to just grab that one too and just annex all of this here. Just makes sense to do it. And then also we can kind of set the forts up so that nobody can get through these mountain passes if we have control of all this as well. And so that means we're going to want to subjugate these other 3 states here. This is going to cost a lot of aggressive expansion no matter what, guys, but it's going to be significantly cheaper. If we were to annex everybody, I'll just kind of show you guys how much AE we're saving, because there are some people who just wanted me to annex everybody. Like, oh, why don't you just annex everybody? And some were arguing because we're Rome, we should annex everybody, but that doesn't really make sense with history, because historically Rome had many subject states. So I don't know why us being Rome has anything to do with us needing to annex everything. Yeah, I mean, eventually you want to annex everything, but, you know, they had subject states many times in their history. But this would cost 48 aggressive expansions. That's what the issue here, guys. This would get really ridiculous, like 68, almost 70 aggressive expansion here, guys. So obviously, we really can't do that. That's a little bit too much. We can save a little bit of aggressive expansion by subjugating some of these. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll redo this treaty, and then we're going to conquer all this, and then this one province right here. And then as for the subjects, so we have 2 choices, tributary and tribal vassal. I had somebody ask me what's the difference between the 2 of these. Well, the main difference is that a tributary gives you gold. So as you can see from these guys here, which would be a bad example because we're not going to annex them, or because we are annexing them. Let's use these guys here, because they'll be the ones that we're going to make into a subject. So we get 0.55 gold here if we make them a tributary, while if we make them a tribal vassal, instead of giving us money, they give us manpower. But as you can see, it's not really much manpower in the case of this tribe. We'd get 1 manpower per month, so not a lot. But yeah, it is an option. There are a few other differences as well. So you notice with both of these, we will be called into war if they're attacked, and we limit their diplomacy, so they can't just do whatever they want diplomatically. We're in charge of that, and so you'll see that doesn't really change regardless of what position they're on here. However, tribal vassal has some additional benefits here. We'll get a plus 4% national tribesman happiness. Now, we don't have very many tribesmen in our lands, but we have a few, especially in the newly conquered lands here, and so that'll increase their happiness, which is a good thing overall, of course. We're also going to have higher opinion with the vassal than we would if they were a tributary. You notice we're getting a plus 25 boost with them, and then you'll see that this vassal will also get more civilization. So them being your tribal vassal is one way to get the lands here civilized. So that's the main benefit of it. One thing I have noticed, though, is that tribal vassals seem to be more likely to break off the relationship than tributaries. Now they also kind of break it off. So just because we make them into tributaries doesn't mean they're going to stay loyal to us. But I do think tribal vassals are a little bit more likely. They seem, just on my my experience, they seem a little bit more likely to break off the subject status and become disloyal to you. So we're going to do the tributary just because we need money more than we need the little bit of manpower we're going to gain here. And these benefits, while great, the benefits that we get here, and I can't seem to get onto that. Here we go. But yeah, the benefits here are good. It's not that they're not worth it. We made these guys a tribal vassal. I think in this case, though, we're going to do tributaries. So let's go ahead and make sure we make a tributary of all 3 of the tribes that we're not going to annex. And you notice that it's only going to cost 28 aggressive expansion. Compare that to 48 aggressive expansion. So we're saving 20 aggressive expansion. That's significant. That's very helpful. So that's one reason to subjugate these rather than annex them. And that's really the main reason. There's also the benefit of having like a buffer state here where they'd have to attack the tribe and then you would defend the tribe rather than them straight up attacking you. Makes it a little bit less likely, I think, for them to attack these subjects here. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And that also means that, if we go to war with one of these tribes up here because they attack us, then we wouldn't be getting the penalties for this land that's getting conquered while it takes time for our army to get over here. So they can, that's the main point of having a buffer state, is that they're conquering your subject states instead of your own. I think we're probably going to go ahead and try and get rid of some of this aggressive expansion, guys. I think that's the best way to do it. Although there are some decent characters here. We don't know the difference, we don't know which one of these is for this character here. So let's just get rid of the aggressive expansion. That'll help us out because we're sitting at 46 right now. It's pretty high, guys. So we can now complete this mission now that we have that one province under our control. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is going to give us 2 different choices here. So we're going to read this. We have subdued all Gauls this side of the Alps. Now it is time to put into effect the policies that will define our rule here. The Gauls are well suited to manual labor due to their rugged existence, but the area could yet become a civilized territory on Italia's doorstep. So we say this region is perfect for agricultural development, in which case we're going to get a negative 5% local population happiness modifier, but the slaves are going to have, we'll have more slaves and their output will be higher. If we say we see much greater potential, then this is going to result in us getting a 10% integrated culture happiness bonus, which obviously that won't, really won't help much in the region because we don't have, any integrated cultures here with the exception of a few Romans that have moved there. And they're already happy, so yeah, I mean, you'd want an unintegrated culture happiness in the area, honestly. But the pop conversion speed would be super helpful, plus 10%, and the local citizen desired ratio, plus 10%, is nicer than the slave one as well. So you know what? I think we're gonna go with this. We see much greater potential here. Yeah, and it's better than getting even if this happiness bonus doesn't apply to most of the pops here, it's still better than getting a negative 5%. So yeah, let's do this. We don't want any rebellions up here. So let's go ahead and disband all of our levies because we will not be doing war for this episode. We've got to burn off that aggressive expansion. We have this one legion that we can move back. Let's see where we want to station them at. Obviously somewhere where they have some supply. We'll put them right there. Although maybe we should put them in the middle here because we have those barbarians that come up on this side. So it would make sense to station them maybe right here instead. I'll put them right there so they can kind of react to any barbarian incursions that might happen there. We do need to take a look at our fort situation because I'm sure we have way too many. So we have this fort here which protects this province here and stops them from coming over this way. But let's let this update for a second before we go deleting. We'll let this go 1 month. And we'll also get our military tradition here in a second. Let's just let this month roll over. Because, yeah, you can't see the lines here. I think they're there and you just can't see them. But, yeah, these ones will be protected from, or this one here will be protected from this fort, as with this. So they'd have to take that if they wanted to advance this way or advance that way. So I feel like we don't need this fort here. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then, again, a bit of an overkill here with the forts. You got far more than we need here. I think what we're going to end up having to do here is just being a little bit over. Well, you know what? We'll be fine as long as we get rid of one of them. Okay, I was going to say, you'll be like 1 point over because we'd have 6, and you know, we can only have 5 total. But yeah, this allows us to have 6, so it's fine. Just deleting one of these would be enough, and I think this is the clear choice here, because this one here covers these 2 provinces, and they can't enter into this pass. So that's what we'll do. Now, I'd prefer to have the forts in different locations than what we actually have them here, because, like, you know, the terrain is really not... Well, this is mountains. Okay, I was thinking that was forest. And that's mountains as well. So this is actually fantastic locations for these 2 forts. Yeah, that works out just fine. As far as the forts here, yeah, we'll go in and keep them. We're doing pretty good on money, guys. And we'll pay for them. It helps with the unrest. So that's one way to look at how we're earning some money from this. So we could go in and get this one here. This will give us that general, but I kind of want to wait just a little bit until the next conflict. I don't want them to get all old in the, you know, in between now and then, or to get disloyal in that time. That could happen as well. I think what we might do is go ahead and get this one because it reduces the Navy maintenance cost, and so that just saves us money. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get that one, guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, and then the next one we get will be the last one in here outside of this one, of course. And then, yeah, we'll get this one, and that'll give us not only the manpower recovery speed, but also a really good general. And we're going to make use of that general in the war, the next war that we do, which I'm not entirely sure who that'll be against. It'll be either Carthage or Macedon. It'll kind of depend on what happens with the mission tree here. So we finished up that one. So we have several choices. We have the subduing Greece, we have growth of Magna Graecia, conquest of Africa, or subduing Gaul. So obviously we're not going to do this one. I'm not really interested in going to Gaul just yet. Conquest of Africa, man, I'm not entirely sure what this will entail, but we have part of it, and we could go into Carthage next if we wanted to. Yeah, I could see some merit in doing that. And then we got the growth of Magna Graecia, which is down here, of course, increasing food supply, developing maritime trade. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to complete this one in time, but we could try. Yeah, we could try and do the growth of Magna Graecia. We haven't done any, yeah, we really haven't done any ones focusing on domestic matters. So, you know, let's go and do this. And we'll see exactly what's in here and how long this is going to take. I know that these are typically a little bit trickier to do. And they also require some stupid stuff as well, like building forts where you don't want them. And then you'll just delete them afterwards. But they do have some really good bonuses too. So with this one, you got to have... Yeah, see, like some of this is really, really dumb. You got to turn all these into cities here. That's really expensive. But you will get a bunch of Roman citizens for doing so. This one here requires farming settlements and all settlements producing food. So that's in these 5 locations here. So essentially what I'm saying is mostly like buildings need to be constructed in these areas. And then this one here requires a fort and 2 tax office buildings. Okay. So which one do we want to do first, essentially? Well, I guess we're going to start with this location here. And we'll build the fort. And you know what? It doesn't hurt having the fort here. And then we can always delete this one, I suppose. Kind of make up for it so we're not spending money that we don't want to spend. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll get rid of this one and then get this one instead, just so we can complete that objective. So yeah, let's go and get the fort here, and then delete this one. Kind of offset them when it comes to maintenance. And we'll want to save our money, or use them all for missions, I suppose. So we're going to want to get tax office buildings there as well. So might as well get them now. I think we have enough space. Yes, sir. So yeah, let's go and get the tax office building. If I can find it, it's right here. So we're going to want to get 2 of those. There we go. And I'm not a huge fan of the tax office. It's all right. It gives you more money. It's helpful. But overall, there's other buildings that are a little bit better, I think. But yeah, we'll go for those just to complete this mission here. And we'll work on any other ones that we can do now, too. So maybe we want to start making these into cities here, if that's even possible, if we have the requirements. So obviously this one here is already a city, and then we have this one here which is not, and then these 2 that aren't either. Making all these into cities is going to be expensive, because not only is it 200 gold, it's the 50. Yeah, the 50 political influence, but we do have the political influence. It's just the gold that we're lacking right now. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and start working on this. Then we'll just kind of go with it based on the size bigger ones first. Let me just make sure I'm not building where I'm not supposed to. Okay. Own at least 3 territories with port buildings in the province, including... Okay, you know what? We could reduce the amount of cities we have to do here. Yeah, we could reduce because it just says 3 territories. So we could reduce the amount we have to do here, I think, if we destroy one of the ports. And so I think that's what we're going to do. We have these 2 ports right next to each other here. So I think we're going to go ahead and just change this up. As far as which one we should do, I mean, this one already has a higher population. But yeah, I kind of feel like doing this one here with the olives. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and get rid of the port here, guys. So let's get rid of the port and see if that affects it. It might not, because it's already happened here. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we only need to build them in these 3 locations, which means we can do it now. All right, fantastic. I'm glad I looked at that. So let's go ahead and turn this into a city. And then turn this one into a city. All right, excellent. So when those are done, then this mission should be considered complete. Yeah, that's all we got to do for that one. Now, this one here is going to be a little bit trickier. Yeah, all farming settlements that are producing food. Okay, so yeah, we'd have to like... I think it's this one right here. We'd have to build these in each of those, which, as you can see, is 139 gold. And I think there's 4 that we need. I might be wrong on the number there. We have to double check. But yeah, that would require a bit of money that we don't have just yet. So yeah, let's go and see who we want to trade with. We'll trade with these guys. Why not? They want our precious metals. We'll get good money for those precious metals. Now, we did get the precious metals here in the capital, right? Because if we've got precious metals to trade for, I mean, I know that as of right now, we don't have... We're not in the capital. We don't have any open trade routes here. But I remember we were trying to get precious metals before. I can find these here. And we weren't able to. Yeah, we do have it. National Citizen Happiness. Okay, I just want to make sure that we got that before we go trading it all away. So these guys here, I guess we'll set them up to train. That's what we have them doing. Though they might be... Oh, no. They're not done yet. Yeah, they still got a lot of training left to do, actually. So yeah, we're going to keep both of these guys training. Now, we could build roads with them, I suppose. That'd be an option as well. So we can like get up to... You know what? We probably should do that. Yeah. Let's actually have these guys produce roads. We've already done it all the way to this location here. Let's go ahead and have the roads go up. I don't know. Maybe up to this mountain pass. Or we could put them right up to here. Or you know what? We could just save our money. Yeah, we'll just save our money. Let's have these guys train instead. Get that military experience. Because remember, we want to get that second, the second tradition here for that last tradition before the next conflict. So go ahead and do that. So we will have to keep the troops paid for it since we're training them. We do have our default taxation on, and we're making decent money. So we got a scandal here. So we can say this is none of our business, in which case we'll gain some popularity with the Popularis faction, or approval, I should say. And all the parties could use some extra approval. And this event typically doesn't really matter all that much because it's, with these ladies here, and they don't hold any offices here. So it's usually not a big concern here. However, because it's involving the co-consul, this would be an easy way to get rid of the co-consul if we so desired. I'm not entirely sure who would take his place, though. I assume it might be this guy here, which we actually want him to be the consul because he's pretty decent. So, you know what? I don't think we want to replace him right now. He can just remain as a co-consul. He's not terrible. He's not great either, but yeah, I think we'll just leave him as is. Instead, just do this and get that approval from the Popularis. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do this. We can always use a little extra approval with the parties. Is there anything we need to be aware of up here? We have some disloyal characters and some disloyal provinces. In fact, one of these provinces, not this one here, but this one here is actually continuing to lose loyalty, so that's a problem. And we might not, we can't even build anything because the loyalty is so bad here. All right, well, you know what? Let's change away from the governor policy that he currently has. I don't think that's really necessary. Instead, maybe could change over to harsh treatment or local autonomy to have more happiness here. That'd be an option as well. Yeah, I think what we might end up doing is going for the provincial loyalty one, the harsh treatment, just to try and get it back up into the positive here. And we can always change that later. once they're not so disloyal. And then that way we can, get a building constructed here. I think that'd be helpful. We haven't built any of the temples or the theaters there just yet. We got them over here, and I think we started working on them over here too. Yeah, we got the theater, but that is all. Now, a lot of people have been talking about, my focus on assimilating cultures over converting religions. Well, that was because here in... we got a rebellion down here. We got some barbarians down here. The best way is to just raise up these levies here, but again, I don't think they're going to have the numbers there. I want to say it's... maybe 2,000 men is all we'll have down here. And we can try and raise them up and just see. It's like 2,000, and I think they're all pretty cruddy. So these guys would not win. So let's just go ahead and get them out of there. I was hoping we could just raise up that one levy, but that is clearly not going to be enough. So we're going to have to raise up these guys as well. We could just disband them, in fact. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and disband these guys here. No reason to have them raised up. We don't need them. And... can't disband because he's next to a hostile army, of course. Alright, so let's go and bring these guys in here. We're going to also change up this map mode. And then we can go ahead and disband these guys. I don't really think it's necessary to keep them around since they won't be doing the fighting here. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to be large enough to take them on, but I figured we'd check. But yeah, we'll continue to have this issue here, guys, unfortunately, with these damn barbarians. Alright, so that's been dealt with, and now we can go ahead and disband these guys. So we don't have to pay for them any longer. Alright, excellent. We'll go ahead and take a look and see what these guys want to trade for here, or who's wanting to trade. Obviously we are going to trade with one of them. Yeah, we can do, well, you know what, actually I don't want to help the Egyptians. We'll do these guys here. And they got a nice blue color as well. That wasn't... Yeah, there's nobody we have to worry about here. Just make sure we're still increasing loyalty everywhere. Yep. Okay, everything looks pretty good. In fact, we might actually have enough loyalty here to construct something. I know we have other buildings we need, but I'd really like to be able to take these guys off a harsh treatment eventually. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and get them something to probably to assimilate them first, the Grand Theater here. So the reason why I was focusing so much on culture assimilation over converting religions, because converting religion is slightly easier, and also it makes assimilation easier. So a lot of people are like, oh, why are you focusing on assimilation over converting first? That is because of the majority of Italy, all this region that we conquered here, well, not over here, but all the territory we conquered in Italy and Sicily, they already mostly are our religion, guys. That's the reason why. They're mostly Hellenic throughout many of these regions. It wasn't until we went to Africa that we had non-Hellenic pops, in which case we started working on, we're doing it now actually. We're over here doing religious conversion in some of these areas, at least in these two here. So yeah, we were doing religious conversion over here where it's necessary, but in this area it wasn't. That's why we focused on the assimilation first. And we didn't have temples for a while. It took us a while to get those temples. So these guys want to improve our capital here, which we're absolutely okay with. This is one way, although, man, I don't want to do it with it. Yeah, never mind. I forgot they just keep wanting to do that improvement, which, again, increases the cost, and it's useless. Like, we don't need for infrastructure capacity, and we don't need provincial loyalty there because the capital is always loyal. So it's just a completely useless bonus here, out of all of them. And remember, it makes it more expensive. Now, we do have some free provincial investments, so we're going to want to take advantage of that. But yeah, we're just going to have to turn these guys down. That's unfortunate. And our party approval is going to be in the dumps now. We could, of course, do this again, try and get them happy again, but I think, yeah, it might be a good thing to do because we are pretty damn low here with that 11 approval. All right, so yeah, I think we're going to have to do that, guys. I'll just make it a little bit higher, but it's not going to help that much. But trying to get up above 50 here. But yeah, we have these provincial investments, so let's go ahead and make use of them. Is there any, like, trade goods? This is what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get the building upgrade first. Yeah, I think that's the one we should get first. So let's go ahead and get one more local city building slot here. And we actually have an open building slot. So let's go ahead and take advantage of that and get something here. Just see what we might want to build. We could go ahead and get another aqueduct. we're getting close to that population capacity, or can also get another academy, which I think is the one we're going to go ahead and get. Yeah, let's get the academy, guys. Yeah, we'll get one more academy, and with that new slot, we'll get a aqueduct. Yeah, we'll get an aqueduct to increase the population capacity here. All right, so one of those cities is completed. Excellent. So we just gotta get the other one completed, and then we'll take advantage of that. You know what? With the second one, I think what we'll do is get another trade route so that we can go ahead and get another capital bonus. So let me just go through here and see which capital bonuses we don't have yet. So here would be our choices. We can go for honey for the increased diplomatic reputation. That's pretty helpful. We could also see if there's any incense or silk trade routes that we're currently, trading off. So that'd be an option as well, because you see there's none here, but maybe we're trading some enough to trade for. And then the final option would be the wild game for the archer's discipline plus 10%. So that's pretty much it, guys. So let me go and take a look at our trade situation. Kind of sort this by goods, only want to look at exports, and we'll see if there's the honey that we could trade for. Because remember, we don't have that bonus yet. So could go ahead and try and get the honey. Let's see if there's anything else we don't have the bonus to that we're trading away. Yeah, it looks like that's about it, guys. Mainly what we're trading is salt and wine. So yeah, it'd really just be the honey. And then I think we have to actually, because I don't think there's anything available here, I think we'd have to cancel both of those honey routes in order to be able to, get that bonus. So I think that's what we're going to do, guys. So, and honey's worth a decent amount of money as well. But I guess that means it's going to cost us more than we're going to actually make since we're canceling 2 routes here. I was going to cancel the honey routes, although I just canceled both of them, and we only have one trade route open here right now. That's okay. We'll go and trade for the one, and then we'll trade for the other one as soon as we got to get this one done here, and then we'll have to do one more with that free provincial investment that we have. So yeah, let's go ahead and go for, man, I guess the stability is super helpful, but at the same time, we need the approval and we need the money. We could really use that money. So we're going to go with the money this time, guys. And this is going to give us even more money. We're going to lose some provincial loyalty, though. We're going to also get some manpower that's not really needed. So let's go and take a look at that mission where we need to build. Okay, so it's in these 5 locations here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start working on that. So we'll go down this strip first, just to get these completed. So we got a farming settlement there. We already have one there. And oh, damn it. I think it was this one here. So let's go after any other ones we need, which I think are these 2 right here. Now, why a farming settlement helps when you're fishing, I can't tell you. So yeah, we get those 4 built, and I'm glad we took that decision and got that extra money that let us get all those building at the same time. And then we'll have like 3 missions that are gonna be ready to complete it at the same time. So that's nice. Let's go and see what we got over here. We'll go and trade. Oh, these guys want honey. We gotta tell them all no, since we're about to get another trade route opened up here in a second. So let's go with the local import routes here, so we can trade for that honey. Now we do have another building slot available, so let's go and take advantage of that. See what we'd like to get here. I think we had said the aqueducts would be the best thing for us to work on, so we can get that population cap increased. So this gave us 1 innovation, and he got some statesmanship as well. So that's excellent. Probably because he's got, scholar trait, maybe a few other traits affecting it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take advantage of that now to get an oratory advance, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can get here. Now we could go in and get this. This would benefit us immediately because we're actually getting tribute income. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with this one, guys. Yeah, I think that's the best one for us. See what else there is available to us at the moment. I mean, there's nothing that's going to be as good as that one, frankly. This would be helpful as well for all of our conquests. Yeah, let's go with this one, though. And are these guys just looking for honey? Yep, just looking for that honey. Everybody wants it, man. And I don't blame them. Honey is delicious. I love honey. And if you eat the local honey, it's supposed to help with allergies. And I've got really bad spring allergies. That's one excuse for why I eat lots of honey. So, veterans do. I want to say we've seen this event before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've seen this event before earlier in the series. So we can say we can meet this demand, in which case state-owned farmlands is removed from all these locations, and we'll no longer get those bonuses that we've been getting, the local tax increase, but the reduction of local provincial loyalty. I think we just got that from an event. We could do commanders like bribes, don't they? In which case we'll increase the loyalty of the military tribune. And then we'll get the low morale modifier, which, yeah, we don't want that. Or you say we don't need their support, in which case we'll get that and lose loyalty. Alright, yeah, we'll just do this, guys. That's fine. We'll lose that modifier, which I didn't really care that much about. Anyways, so I think that just opened up, yeah, 2 trade routes we gotta get situated here. So let's go ahead and I guess we can trade for the honey now. So we'll get that because we know that's going to be available. And then the rest of these might need to update still. Oh, maybe not. So we traded for the honey. All right, so we still need the wood. We have the stone. Okay, I thought we might have had a problem there with the stone, but apparently not. We do need to get the wood, though. So let's go ahead and trade for the wood with that one slot that just opened up. And there's always plenty of wood here. Let's just trade with these guys. Make sure we get that bonus, even if we're not really using it. And, yeah, of course, we already got the local trade route there. And so now they want some wine, which we can trade wine and salt away. Fine with doing that. Yeah, we'll trade with these guys. And are these guys both wanting the salt? Yeah, they both want the salt. We'll trade with the little guy. Help them out where we can. And yeah, we did just get something completed for one of those missions. And we just got 2 advances done, both martial and oratory. Alright, so that's fantastic. So yeah, we'll go and trade with these guys. Let's go and get the advances. We'll do a martial one first. So we can go for that supply limit because we're trying to move down towards the army movement speed here, guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the supply limit here. And then we're going to do... we might go ahead and do another oratory one here. See what we want to get next. So we could get the permanent ambassadors. It doesn't really help all that much, but it does allow us then to move down to these other ones here. And none of these are really going to help us out that much outside of the loyalty of generals. Every legion commander gaining some increased stats there, although it's not martial. And then the aggressive expansion change. This one's nice as well. Negative 0.02. That's always helpful. Yeah, I guess that's the route we'd want to go unless we wanted to continue down here. Now, a lot of people have wanted me to hurry up and become a dictatorship. Like kind of race down to this, just hurry up and knock these out so we can do the Civil War and become a dictatorship. Here's the thing, guys. That dictatorship government, in my opinion, is not very good. Like the offices aren't as good. Just everything about it. The modifiers you get aren't as good. The only real advantage I can think of is that you'll get 1 extra slot here. But that's 1 more bonus. I mean, that's not that big of of an assistance when you consider everything you lose. I want to say these are worse as well. I don't remember what they were, but I want to say that they're worse than these two. I want to say everything about the dictatorship is worse. And there is the fact that, we won't have like cruddy consuls for as long, where we get stuck with this cruddy consul for a really, really long time. With a dictator, if you have a really good dictator, then, you'll have him for, decades. But the same is true for a crappy dictator. So like if you get somebody who's not very good, then you got him for a long time. Unlike when you have a crappy consul, you only got him for 5 years. So, I mean, that's kind of a trade-off, Yeah, you get, better rulers for longer, but you also get cruddier rulers for longer too. So I really wouldn't say that's an argument for going with the dictatorship. Just overall, all the modifiers, I'm not saying we won't go for it at all, but I'm not really in a hurry to go for it. Plus, we still got to get 2 essentially useless. Yeah, I mean, neither one of these are really all that helpful. So we got to get 2 useless advances first. And then you got to fight a civil war, which will probably be pretty bad because our stability is not as high as you want it for doing these, which will make the civil war easier. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm not really in a hurry to get these. Maybe we'll go for it. But again, I just feel like the dictatorship government is not very good. Now, I'm not really excited about going for that one. Could get the aggressive expansion impact. Yeah, I suppose we might go for that one, guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. we'll start with that one and just see what other bonuses are over here that we might want to get next. Yeah, let's go for this one. That one will be helpful for the next conflict. I don't know if we'll go for any of these. Probably not, because we're not really focused on the subjects in this campaign. So this is the one we were able to complete. We got all those buildings constructed there. This is going to increase the loyalty of this character here, and it's going to also increase territory provincial loyalty for 5 years and migration attraction. So honestly, it's not that helpful. That's one thing I've kind of found about these growth events, is that they are very, very expensive, and the things you get, some of them are really good, while some of them are pretty cruddy and you just spent a ton of money for them. So that's one reason I'm not super excited about these events here, these mission trees, but I figured we'd go for one. So let's go ahead and enact that one. It's going to take us till the 1st of August here to get it complete, and that'll be up next year. Establishing a local bureaucracy. So this is going to get us some robot citizens there. This one here is going to result in having a tax penalty. So these will be moving from our capital to that location. Yeah, we'll do that. It's not like we don't grow our pops pretty quickly here. We now got a lot of extra space too because we got that aqueduct built there. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with this stability, guys. And overall, our stability is decreasing by quite a bit because of our high aggressive expansion. So we could always go ahead and use some of that political influence to trying to offset that a little bit. So more citizens are moving around here. And now we're getting those farms constructed. I'm a little bit surprised. Did we not get both of these cities done here just yet? I mean, we may need to take a look at what the situation is here with this one. Oh, they all got to be fortified too. Damn it. All right, so we got to build forts and then delete them. I was wondering why that one wasn't getting finished. That's why, because they want terrible forts over here. So we'll have to build them and delete them. And this is the one I'm talking about, man. You got to build a lot of stuff and then delete it to get these done. So we go with this one, then they'll lose base tax but gain a local city building slot. And with this one here, they'll get more loyalty, but the province will lose loyalty overall. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you do that one there. I mean, really, none of these are all that beneficial, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're losing it and then gain it back with this one. Yeah, we'll do that. Because I don't know how much that would impact us with the with the local base tax. Just for a building slot, which we have plenty of building slots here. We still got 2 that we're not utilizing right now, and we got more barbarians. They're over on this side this time. Okay, so we're gonna have to stop training for a second. Come over here and wipe these guys out if they don't take off before then. And we also have an election upcoming as well. So once that happens, we'll take a look at our new consul. Oh, we got away. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the results of this latest election. So our new consul is not the guy who was originally slated to become the consul, because yeah, I remember him being a bit better at martial, so a few things have changed. So just taking a look at his stats, he's a scholar, and that is going to increase our technology speed. He's suspicious, meaning we can imprison for cheaper, and he's an original thinker as well. Okay. So with his schemes, could go ahead and do the influence one. We could also sponsor games for loyalty, and we could do that to like increase the loyalty in, I mean, I don't know if there's any super disloyal areas anymore. Still these guys here. So in order to know where we want to do it, I need to know the name of this city here. All right, so that's the one we want to do it in. And oops. All right, well, we did that one too. I wasn't planning on doing that one. But yeah, let's go ahead and find that location. I think it's this one right here. So go ahead and hold the games there. So we need to replace, although I never did take a look at the co-consul. It looks like he's pretty cruddy. He still holds higher stats and two of these, just because ours is so bad. But yeah, he's not good at either of those. All right, so that's the current co-consul. I really hope we get somebody better next time. Nope, not really. Yeah, they seem to be just as cruddy overall. This guy isn't too bad, honestly. He's got 2 high stats, and his traits are decent. I think it was this guy that I was assuming was going to become No, maybe it was this guy here. Yeah, it might have been that guy here. I know it was one of our researchers who was slated to become the consul, but didn't. So yeah, it ended up being this guy who made it instead. So yeah, let's go ahead and put somebody here, replace him. So we could put this guy level 7, but you know what? I think we're gonna go with one of the level 9s. Really just need to pick one of the families here, and I think we should go with the higher loyalty, although he's got the higher statesmanship. All right, so he's clearly a better choice then. Because yeah, we really want to get that aggressive expansion being reduced as much as possible. So yeah, that's not bad. That's much higher than it was before just because of his statesmanship. So with this governor position, let's see who we want to put in place here. So this guy, he's obsessive. He's from the right family. He's actually pretty decent in both of these. So he seems like the right choice. All right, fantastic. And we're battling the barbarians now. We've dealt with them. Let's go ahead and go back to Carthage, and then we'll continue training. These guys getting their experience up as well. Just trying to get that military experience modifier as high as possible. And again, our granaries were robbed or raided. God, I'm so sick of this event. Yeah, it's just, again, that's just one of my issues, just seeing the same events over and over again. I mean, see what you're getting here. You're getting the local monthly food modifier plus 20%, not great. And we built all those buildings and spent all that money, and they might not have been the buildings we wanted in those locations. So, I mean, it probably would have took me a long time to finally build in those. But yeah, it's just not as useful. I mean, 20% modifier. But then we'll start getting to some of the better ones down here. So with the bread and circuses, you know, we have to use up some of that food there, which we're absolutely fine with. And that's going to give them national freedom and happiness plus 12% for 120 months. So that's a really good one. So let's go knock that out. We can take a look, see what the next objectives are. I never did take a look at the agenda. They want to develop this location, and I'm okay with doing that one. Yeah, we'll do that one. Let's spend 150 gold. That's all right. All right, so let's go and take a look at those missions. We're still working on this one, getting those forts constructed. Obviously, that takes some time, and that'll let us move down to the port markets. And we could also take a look and see what we need there to get those completed. Yeah, they needed actual markets, 2 of them in each of those places. Good God. Yeah, I mean, you're just not getting much for that. It's a lot of money, man. The other option would be these 2 here. Let me just take a look, see what all we need here. This one's been bypassed. Okay. And then you have these 2 choices here, which we need 1 marketplace in that location. And that does give some pretty good modifiers for just having to build just constructing 1 building. And then a large part of that is because we've already constructed the libraries there. And we can do this one because we already have a training camp there. So we have to choose between one of these 2. You can't get them both. So between the 2 of them, we'll probably go with this one. Yeah, this one seems the better one, because I'd rather have the local tax over the local manpower. So yeah, we'll go with this one here. And all we have to do is get the marketplace completed there, so we'll start working on that now. And we'll have to wait for the ports. I suppose we can get the port in, or excuse me, the market in one of those ports, since they're not doing anything. So let's go and start over here and get the marketplace. And I want to say they need 2 marketplaces here. Let me just double check on that, but I want to say it is 2 of them. Yes, it is. God, this is like so expensive for what you're getting. So with our omens, we should probably, I guess we should continue working on aggressive expansion and getting that reduced, since it is affecting our overall stability. Now that's not having a huge impact, of course, but it does help. So yeah, just working on getting these completed here. And I did not start these guys training again, so let's go ahead and do that. Make sure we continue to keep that military experience growing quickly. And yeah, we're going to trade with these guys here. And we got a mission ready to be completed. So we get to choose again between one of these 2. And we're going to go with the local tax modifier. Just going to get that. And how about for the next ones? I guess they do unlock different ones, so there is that to consider as well. But it's too late. We already went for this one, of course. So with this one here, we got to have 3 libraries in that location right there in order to get that bonus. Okay. And this one here will allow you to produce horses in that province. And then this one here You get 3 new minor characters, you get a new noble pop, and you get the local import routes and city building slot there. But it has to have an aqueduct, a court of law, and a granary, which it does not. So you got to build a lot of stuff there. Okay, now obviously we have to get this one done first. Alright, you need a foundry in that location too. Okay. Well, let's go and start with the libraries here then. Yeah, we'll go and start working on the libraries because those are beneficial. So, right there. So we need 3 of them. Can we do 3? We can. We'll go and do all 3 of those there now. Just kind of, you know, preparing to get these mission trees done as soon as we can, because I'd like to go to a more conquest-focused tree as soon as we have the aggressive expansion down. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. Get that increase in the stability there. Looking good when it comes to the manpower. Already close to our cap here. We got 101,000. We got some political influence too. If we wanted to, you know, maybe change up some governor policies, that would be an option. We could also try and increase the stability by more since we are still losing it. And I really want to try and get the stability up as high as possible. You know, I think we will go ahead and do a divine sacrifice. Yeah, so that way we're going up rather than down. One of our legates died, but that's okay. No problems with our families right now. Yeah, we are getting that loyalty up a lot quicker, so that's nice. So just taking a look here, this Tribunal of the Plebs mission or event. So we can just do this and nothing will happen, or he can get popularity, increase the population output, and we got to spend a ton of money. That's in Pisa, by the way. Yeah, I feel like that's too much money. Yeah, it's just too much money for that, for what you're gaining there. So, yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't trade with our subject. Let's trade with them. Make them reliant on us. As far as how much money we're getting from our tributaries, 1.54 per month as of right now, guys. Now, there are some things that we can change here with that. So with this one, we can increase their opinion and reduce the tribute income, while this one would increase the tribute income while reducing their opinion. So that's always an option if we wanted to make an adjustment there with that. The opinion is mostly beneficial for, you know, 1, trying to keep them from being disloyal to you, but 2, if you're trying to annex them. That's the main benefit from that. So which one do we have available here? The trade one. All right, so finally got that one done. All right, excellent. That does mean that we can delete the forts now, which we're going to want to do because we're paying for those. We do still need to get these markets going though. So let's go ahead and start working on that. But yeah, we can go ahead and get rid of all the forts. I don't think this would cause any problems deleting these. I guess we can double check real quick and make sure there's nothing hidden there. Yeah, there's not. So yeah, we can just go ahead and get rid of the forts immediately so we don't have to pay for those. Again, just kind of sucks you had to build them in the first place. So we're trying to get the marketplaces. Was it 2 marketplaces in each location? Yeah, it's 2 marketplaces in each location. So we've already got the 2 marketplaces here, so we need to get them going here. So yeah, we'll get all these marketplaces going, guys. And with that, we'll be able to complete that mission. What's the next one on that tree? So getting the foundry. And is it just anywhere in the province? That's what it seems like. In the state, I should say. Yeah, I think it's anywhere here in the state. So let's build it in the capital. I think that's the best location. How much money do we need? We'll need 205. So that's the next thing we're building, guys. We did get a religious advance. All right, excellent. So I'm going to get something here. I have to make a choice between one of these 2 here. Both of them will give monthly ruler popularity gain. So it's a choice between a reduction in monthly corruption or increase of national population growth. We're going to go with that one. Monthly corruption would be helpful as well, and I suppose we could always go for it if we wanted to. But you also get that down here. So yeah, we'll just wait to get it down there. You know, the negative 0.01 is not much. So let's go with this one. We want to get that population growth up. I think that'll be helpful. All right. So with this one here, I don't know which character this is. Just some random character gaining this trait, and he's getting prominence as well. We might end up seeing him be a future consul now with all that prominence he just gained. Do we have the money? We do not. We're waiting for that 205. We have it now, though. Let's go and see who's looking to trade here. We'll trade with these guys. And let's go ahead and get this foundry built. All right, so once all these buildings finish their construction up, which we're almost done with the 2 marketplaces, I believe we'll be able to complete those 2 objectives. We also have this one ready, although I'm not entirely sure which one it is. It's the Great Temples one. All right, so with this one, because we have the libraries there, since we pre-did that one, we'll get some Omen power. And just the libraries there are something we'd want to get anyways, because it's pretty good. And let me just see what we need to complete this next one here. Renovating the Shrines. We're going to need a lot of money. 500 gold. That's going to reduce the population output, but on completion, the task will set renovations in motion that will eventually elevate it to a major pilgrimage site. All right. So that'll be 500 gold, so we'll really have to save our gold to complete that one. We might want to wait and kind of get some of these other ones done first. I think the port markets will open up this one here once we get this one completed. So it's going to work on that one now. All right, awesome. I actually need to get some trade routes set up here because we don't have any. So as far as our population, how they're looking, we'll probably want to get something for Freeman, but not with their own locations, of course. So we'll just kind of look and see what we got here for trading. Maybe some hemp as well. All right, fantastic. Just get some extra trade routes there. And I'll take a look at all of our provinces because I know we had lost a lot of trade routes before. So yeah, I think we're going to want to go ahead and get the Rouse and Oratory. But you know what? We might go ahead and just save this for a second. Because again, I'm worried about when we're going to declare war. And we can stack it up to 200. So yeah, we'll just wait to get this. Because again, I want to make sure that we're able to use that general as soon as we get them. And we are having characters die as well, so we're gonna need these guys to replace these tribunes that we've lost over the years. So 76% here. Let's kind of take a peek at these guys here. They're at 99%, so we could probably stop them from training. Yeah, we'll go and stop them from training. It does increase their maintenance. And had a new daughter born to our consul. Yeah, we'll call her Prima. That's fine. We don't typically have very many characters born to our actual consul, so we don't see that event very much. Not as often as you'd see it as a monarch, of course. All right, so yeah, we've seen a lot of the trade routes have been getting canceled over the last few episodes, guys. So I do have to go and take a peek at all those and see what's going on. See if we need to fix that a bit. This province needs to be reducing or importing wood. It's a good thing I left that one trade route open, isn't it? And then with this one here, they need a lot of stuff in order to get that one done. This is probably worth it, I suppose. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get all those. Aqueduct, quarter long granary, though I don't think we have enough building slots for that. We'll have to delete some of the stuff we built there before. But yeah, let's go ahead and first, let me just look at this one more time. Aqueduct, quarter long granary. I'm surprised we don't have an aqueduct there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a trade route first and wood opened up here. So that we'll be able to complete this next objective. So this one here is going to give us ship recruit speed. Yeah, it's really not all that helpful, honestly. Yeah, this would be helpful though. Constructing a flagship. So let's go ahead and do that. And it seems that we can do it right away. We do have the 300 gold available. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. It's going to take some time to complete. That's going to give us 5 heavy ships, which we don't have any heavy ships. So those will be the first heavy ships of our navy. We do have 2 building slots here. So let's go ahead and start working on the granary, I suppose, because that's the cheapest one, and we had to get that. And the military tribune just died. We got to get somebody else appointed, and it seems that this character here would be the best one for the job. He's got good loyalty as well. Not good statesmanship, though. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. We got to wait for that to get increased. So I think we're going to do this one here, guys. It's a little bit of political influence, and I'd rather have happiness with the citizens over happiness with the slaves. Yeah. That also changes up our laws, which I don't want to do. I think that's the biggest issue, is I don't really want to change up the laws there. This one's not great either, though you do get a bunch of money. It's going to cost you tyranny, instability, and corruption. So yeah, we'll just go with this one. And the main penalty here is that this character is we're going to lose some loyalty with him. That's not that big of a deal. He's got decent loyalty as it is. So we're going to let this roll into December, and then we're going to end today's episode. We're constructing the flagship, and we're also building up this location here so we can complete the next objective this one right here to get that those bonuses, which are pretty good. I feel like they're worth constructing those 3 buildings. As far as coming down here, we have to get 500 gold to get that one completed. And then we just have these 3 here. You got to pick one of them. And then that's the end of the mission tree, guys. So we made a lot of progress on the mission tree. Really got down it. Spent a lot of money doing that, of course. And I would say some of the things we had to build to get it done, it wasn't worth the benefit that you're getting. So that's the reason I'm not a big fan of those growth events. But they do have, or the growth mission trees, but they do have some benefits. They have some good stuff, guys, that do help you out. So yeah, that means that once we finish up that mission tree, I feel like aggressive expansion is pretty low now. So that means that we'll pick our next mission, which will either be North Africa or Greece. I almost want to kind of wrap up North Africa and get them done. Obviously, we probably won't be able to do that in one war. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, I probably won't be able to get it all done in one war. And I'm not sure what all the mission tree entails. So we could just kind of skip over that. And then there's no reason why we can't declare war on Carthage without the missions. We could just get the claims the normal way. And we might actually have claims on them anyways, as it is. Yeah, we have claims. So we don't have to do the mission tree, though it does have a lot of benefits to it. I kind of want to go into Greece, guys. I'm thinking about, or at least doing the Greece mission tree. And we can fight Carthage without the missions. So maybe we'll go into Greece next. But we do need to finish up this mission tree first, which is just about done, and then we'll get the next mission, which I assume would be the one for Greece if that's what we're gonna do. And again, I kind of feel like that might be the best option. Do something new here, and we can always attack Carthage. Like when we're waiting for the the treaty to expire. Once we defeat them, which I'm just assuming we will. And while we wait for the treaty to expire, we could go to war with Carthage and try and get a bit more land here conquered. That would always be an option. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next episode, which remember will not be until Saturday. We will not have a Friday episode. So I'll see you then, and thanks for watching.